The government of Kenya, as we speak today, led by President William Ruto, I am suspecting that they are seriously trying to divert the Kenyan Mwananchi from what is happening on Finance Bill 2025. As we speak today, the Finance Bill 2025 has some very many controversial things. Number one, the issue to do with pharmaceuticals. There's a plan to increase the taxes of the drugs that people are taking. That means the cost of healthcare, it will go high significantly. People are going to strain a lot to meet the healthcare costs. And the government is not thinking twice about it. They want to do it. Number two, as we speak today, the internet usage. They're going to increase the excise duty from 15 to 20%. And if this happens, let me tell you what is going to happen. The youth of this country, most of them are going to strain. Why? In school, they use bundles to read. They use the internet to research. They use the internet to get informed on where even the classes are. They use the internet to do most of the things, even to earn a few coins to just sustain themselves in school. Now the government wants to increase the same cost of the internet that is helping students. Those who have finished school as we speak today, nowadays most of the things that are happening have gone digital. If you want to file taxes, digital. If you want to run a hospital, digital. Things are digitized. Why is it that the government is not seeing that the issue to do with the internet is basic and that it should be made as easy and cheap as possible? But now they want to increase the excess duty to make it much more expensive, which means the common man is going to pay more. That is very dangerous. Now, apart from that, it is simply targeting the youth of this country. They are using social media. Basically, they want to increase taxes on that through the increase of the taxes paid in form of through the usage of the internet. They make the internet more expensive and the result reduce the number of people using the internet. That is very dangerous. And as we speak today, ladies and gentlemen, the youth of this country have become a threat to President William Ruto. Is it a form of a punishment? Now, let's go to the funds. There's a possibility that the funds, once the bill is passed, the VAT is going to be increased from 16 to 18%. If this happens, ladies and gentlemen, that means the youth of this country are going to be curbed from doing what? Creating content and probably subsequently earning some income. And this income, if it's going to be reduced, is going to be curbed from this youth from accessing. That means very well that they're killing the economy of this country and they're making our youths poor and poor every day. Why is it that they're punishing youths on this? And specifically, I'm talking about phones because as I'm shooting today, I'm using my phone. If I use my phone, the phone will help me do content, inform, and even at some point when YouTube starts earning me, I'll be able to get some income. But now, as we speak today, if the funds are increased taxes, they said that the cost of funds are increased. That means youths like me, most of them are not able to access funds like I've accessed one. Ladies and gentlemen, the animal feeds. When you talk about agriculture, we are talking about the backbone of this country. They are after finishing and killing the sugar industry. Now they are coming to the animal feeds. Does it mean that they want to limit people from owning cows, owning chicks, owning chicken, owning sheep? Why am I saying this? If they do that, there's a possibility that if they increase taxes, of the animal feeds, there's a possibility of the increase of the cost of feeds, and that means that the common farmers at the villages, they are going to go into sustain. Owning a cow, taking care of it, it's going to be difficult. So as a result, they are going to shift the interest and probably do other things. Ladies and gentlemen, some of these initiatives from the Finance Bill 2025 are not good for this country. So when the government gives time, if the government gives time for the common man to understand these things, the country will go against the Finance Bill 2025, I mean. So as a result, they are trying their best to divert the common man from Finance Bill 2025 to something else. On this particular video, therefore, I want to take you through on the diversionary tactics of the government to divert the common man from the Finance Bill 2025 all the way to something else. My name is Abel Mokua. Kindly, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, take a second or two to subscribe. After subscribing, also my number is here. You can engage me at any time. Support the channel if you can, because that's the M-Pesa number. And please, you can call me and share with me. You enlighten me further on what I need to do better on this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, let me dive into this topic. Signs of diversion, or the diversion tactics. Number one, the alleged abduction of Honorable Koimburi. The Juja MP, the Juja MP was abducted allegedly and disappeared on Friday, and then later on found dumped at the coffee farm, unconscious and probably not as such unconscious, but unable to speak. Right now, they are waiting for him to recover and speak and probably explain what happened to him. So this kind of tactic is basically to divert people towards it. And you can see we are talking about it all over on social media, mainstream media. There are people discussing about it. So what's happened is that after doing that, they knew very well Rigathi Gachagua will start the conversation about Koimburi. People will divert their mind because Rigathi Gachagua is influential. They start listening to Rigathi Gachagua and avoid what is happening on Finance Bill 2025. So as we speak today, the Finance Bill resulted to this kind of actions, where we are getting an MP getting abducted. That is basically to divert the country towards that side. Number two is the issue to do with the discussions that are taking place in the assembly, the floor of the house. As we speak today, the members of parliament who were present yesterday, they took the entire yesterday to discuss about Rigathi Gachagua's arrest. Seriously discussing the arrest of Rigathi Gachagua. Not even discussing the common man's life or things that concern them. The arrest of Rigathi Gachagua, based on the utterances that he made on what he called the 2027 general elections, if they are stolen. So that kind of a diversion tactic, it is basically taking this country to the wrong direction. In that people are focusing on the arrest of Rigathi Gachagua, waiting to see whether he's getting arrested, discussing the possibility of arresting like I've done on this channel. Now, people forget the Finance Bill 2025. That's a big mistake that can happen in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, they did not stop there. The other thing is that as we speak today, they've intensified the arrest of, or maybe the threats to some of the people in opposition like Natembeya. So the people divert their minds to Natembeya seriously, to see what is happening in Natembeya. Seriously. Remember, when the Finance Bill 2023 and 2024 introduced, people were discussing about it entirely in the country. But now, ever since it was developed by Mbadi, people have been having dramas taking place here and there. Mbadi is quiet. People are doing their stuff in parliament. Already, things are happening in parliament, showing that there's a diversion tactic that is being used by the president. Lastly, let me talk about the rush to pass the Finance Bill in the first reading. Nobody knows even it has taken place, but already it is passed. So we are waiting for the second reading again. Passed hurriedly. People don't even care. People have not even read it. We don't know what's in it. But as we speak today, already they have passed it. That's a clear indication that they are rushing so much so that Kenyans don't get the attention of the Finance Bill 2025. Lastly and not least, the emergency of Kimani Kuria. Kimani Kuria is the guy we see when we have the Finance Bill around. We don't see him when we are talking about development in Molo. You don't see him. We don't see him when we are talking about the best performing members of parliament. We have not seen him when roads are being launched. We are not seeing him when we are having projects being launched in Molo town. As we speak today, there are places that we are not having development taking place. It is Nakuru County. But we are not seeing roads being done. Instead, we are seeing him when we are having what you call the Finance Bill 2024, 2023, now 2025. Just imagine during that time, is simply coming to execute the instructions of the president and ensure Finance Bill 2025 has been passed and that Kenyans remain crying in their homes due to the mutilation of their pay slips. Apart from that, also increased cost of living. I don't know what's your take, but in the comment section, you can take a second to share with me and also engage me so that you can be able to know what you're thinking. My name is Abel Mukwa. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time for more videos.